What's up, everybody? We're live with the NXT review for February 25th, 2015. Straight Edge might be on here soon, maybe not, we'll see. Another good show. NXT is always good. We had the return of the Brian Kendrick, one of the superstars that, even if you haven't seen NXT, you'd probably know from WWE in the mid-2000s. So always cool to see returning stars, returning mid-carders, wherever they are. As long as they're returning, it's fun to see. So we'll get the show started. Kicked off, it's not Raw. We don't get a 20-minute promo. So we got Hideo Itami, Kenta, against Bull Dempsey. And these are two guys that work really stiff. They work hard. Lots of tough shots to take. Lots of kicks from Itami. Bull Dempsey is a guy that's really quite boring, but you appreciate the toughness he brings to the ring. So Itami went over here with a running kick that looks very similar to Daniel Bryan's running knee. He just extends his legs a little, gets the feet out in front, ends it with a kick. Sometimes it's a little anticlimactic because the kick doesn't look quite as good as a traditional finisher. But for a guy that throws kicks so well, it works. And after that, Bull Dempsey's in a landslide, by the way. He's lost like 5 straight matches outside of the one match he beat Corbin in, which is a weird DQ type thing. There should have been a DQ because it was interrupted. After that, Tyler Breeze attacked Hideo Itami, continuing their feud, if that's what you want to call it at this point, because they haven't really done much against each other. Everybody knows that Itami's the more prized possession. Tyler Breeze is kind of a placeholder, I think. He's a good worker, but he is a placeholder. So hopefully we'll see that come to fruition soon because they've been teasing it for a little while now. Spoiler. Hey, if you don't want to see spoilers, don't look at it, right? But Breeze came out, tried to attack Itami. He did. But Itami got the upper hand, kicked him out of the ring. Breeze was trying to take a selfie with his body on the ground. Itami wasn't going for that. So it ended with Itami in the ring, just doing his thing, yelling. Breeze is running away. And it's NXT, so we go straight to another match, nonstop action. Total nonstop action. The real total nonstop action. We got Lucha Dragons against Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. Two guys that are big, prototypical wrestlers, that Vince would like and Triple H likes as well. So they're big dudes, and they can get it done in the ring. They were actually quite impressive. Jason Jordan was throwing around Sin Cara and Kalisto like it was nothing. Body slam and all kinds of stuff. Taking care of business in the ring, a little bit of TCB. And it was an exciting match. It's the Lucha Dragons. They're always fun to watch. So Lucha Dragons did go over. Jason Jordan he was asking for a tag, and Dillinger wouldn't give it to him. So eventually Jordan got frustrated and left the ring and said, hey, you deal with it on your own. Dillinger got the Salida del Sol from Kalisto, the most exciting wrestler in a mask nowadays. And that turned into a senton by Sin Cara. So the Lucha Dragons continue to roll. They continue to be exciting. They're fun to watch. They do tag team moves. And they're, number 2 tag team in the WWE right now, in my opinion, behind the Brass Ring Club or Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. So when we come back from a break, Ty Dillinger is cutting a promo saying, hey, I demand to know why you came out here, and I'm not leaving this ring until you tell me. I'll even beat up the next guy who comes out here if he has a match. He's got to go through me. Uh, all of a sudden, the lights go out, and Baron Corbin, the sound of a motorcycle, Corbin comes out, and he means business. Dillinger was, sells the intensity of Corbin, and Corbin walks in the ring, and they go straight, ring the bell. Corbin throws a shoulder tackle, just hits the daylights out of him. Corbin's, as he needs to work on his overall look a little bit in his midsection, but he's a beast. He's big. He's very big and very agile. And those two things combined can be very good. Very good. And basically, like 13 seconds later, Corbin hits an end of days and ends this match. So it was a quick squash match. At this point, there's been a lot of action, very little talking, and lots of good stuff so far. And we saw Tyler Breeze cutting this little promo on Hideo Itami. Not much to see here. It's typical Breeze, ending with duck face and all that stuff. So Tyler Breeze just doing his thing, staying in character. It's whatever. It's Tyler Breeze. Becky Lynch against Bayley was our next match. It was announced that Sasha against Charlotte, the rematch for the title, will take place next week. So I'm excited. I love watching these two wrestle. Sasha Banks is maybe my favorite diva right now. It's close, but she's up there. She is so fun to watch. And, I use diva as a term of endearment, not a term of inferiority, as WWE makes it seem nowadays. Women's wrestlers are fun to watch. Let them go. NXT is showing you what women can truly do in the ring. It's exciting. They're, almost as good as the men. They look good doing it. They're fun to watch. They're exciting. There's a lot of good things right now about that NXT Divas division or women's division. And not much to say about WWE's right now on Raw. So shout out to Sasha Banks and Charlotte. We almost had a problem. It's all good though. Straight Edge might be asleep right now. So Becky Lynch against Bayley is another good women's match. Hard hitting. Becky's kind of crazy, man. She's just headbanging all the time, and Bayley's pointing at people and hugging people. But once they get in the ring, it's go time. It's like Ninja Turtles and the Foot Soldiers, it's just back and forth, back and forth. And pump handle suplex from Becky looked good again. She continues to impress with her suplexes. Bayley, her agility. What's up, Straight Edge? I see you. Bayley's agility is impressive. She continues to show out. Both wrestlers are putting on a show, and they're fun to watch, man. What's up, Straight Edge?
What's going on, man?
Man, just chilling. You tired?
Yeah,
So I've covered Hideo Itami and Bull Dempsey. I've covered the you like how I spoiled it for Rejanda. But if you see like the first thing on there, wouldn't you stop looking? Like that's my thing. But whatever.
yeah, I know. He's coming.
He just like keeps reading the whole thing. Oh man. Yeah, but so Itami beat Bull Dempsey, running kick. Tyler Breeze. They seem to be doing this feud, but it's going slowly, and so maybe we're getting closer to it. Itami continues to win though, so that's a plus. The Lucha Dragons defeated Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. Dillinger got squashed by Corbin. Any thoughts on those so far?
I really don't know with the Tyler Breeze thing because I don't know
Yeah.
that's not something I really care to see. Like he's okay in the ring, but Kenta and Tyler Breeze are just weird to me. Like
Yeah.
why are they going?
It's a
Like
crazy
what
mix, right?
you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
they're continuing to build Baron Corbin up, I guess. So that's obviously a plus anytime they're doing that. Definitely need a strong match out of him. To really see what he can do. Um, no other thoughts. I mean, what else did I miss out of that?
Um, no, I mean, there's not a lot to it. It was just a lot of action, you know. It's not Raw, it's NXT. It's just match
Right.
to match to match. Good wrestling. Bull Dempsey, he's Bull Dempsey. Tommy was impressive. His kicks were stiff. The Lucha Dragons just looked much better tonight. They were in sync. All the moves were clicking. Even Sin Cara hit a backflip, standing backflip, uh, holding onto the dude's head. It was impressive at his size. Um,
Yeah,
and
he's not athletic either.
yeah, yeah. And so with Dillinger and Jordan, it's just two more assets that come into the roster right now, and they look pretty good. So I don't know if they're gonna, you know, Jordan walked out on them tonight. I don't know if that's gonna continue, but either way, you know, on those nights where they're not booking the card to be a main event type card, they
Yeah.
fit well and they wrestle well. So you know what? I'm all for it.
So I guess
Um,
the the thing that needs to be asked, begs to be asked now is like, should changes? You said that they've done some stuff on the event, but like, are they like going anywhere or are they staying?
well, yeah, good question. um,
'Cause I mean, if they're clicking and they're still in NXT, I mean, there's really no reason to, you know what I mean? It'd
yeah,
be awesome to have, Raw and
yeah.
SmackDown level, but
But I think that's the good thing about NXT is that you see these guys like Dillinger and Jordan, and they may be going their own way, but it's just
Mhm.
good tag teams are being brought in every other week. What's
Yeah,
their names? The tag team champions right now. They look impressive. They're the champions, so
yeah. The
uh, it's the philosophy of building young superstars over and over and over that WWE has gotten away from.
Yeah, well, the main roster.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
I don't know, man. It's kind of one of those things. Like, I think they need him. I think Raw and SmackDown need him
They do.
because I mean, the tag team division's weak.
Yeah, after the Usos, what is there?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless
So I
you're
think they
pushing the
need him.
PTP, I don't think that's happening.
Oh, not anytime soon. Um, I, I think it's a run. Um, I really think you need main roster, but
Yeah, main
at
roster
the
needs
same
them.
time, it's yeah. Uh, at the same time, you got to come up with something in NXT that's just as exciting.
Yep.
That's hard to
Um,
find.
yeah, and I think they can.
Although there's you still something for me.
What's
Very,
that?
very good in that. The Brian Kemp,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. He
him
just comes out
being
of
there,
nowhere.
yeah, it comes out of nowhere. Like that's, and he's a tag team guy. Bring Paul London back in, and oh my gosh, you've got like one of the best tag teams.
One of the better ones of the 2000s.
Yeah, for sure. I
Um,
think underrated, extremely underrated.
yeah, Paul London was very essential to that cruiserweight and intercontinental uh, division, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He was right there with Shelton Benjamin as a guy that kept the shows going, SmackDown especially. Um,
Hmm.
they were exciting, and They didn't have to be the main event guys, and they probably shouldn't have been the main event guys, but it didn't matter.
Yeah,
So,
they could have told the show.
yeah, yeah. From
Like I was
there,
actually, go ahead.
continue.
I was actually going through some old like DVDs that I have, and I
Hmm.
found like old pay-per-view like 2006 No Way Out, I think, and they were like the opener. Like it was
Yeah.
like this list of cruiserweights. Like it was like 8 cruiserweights,
Hmm.
one fall, and it was like and you had Undertaker and Kurt Angle in the main event. You had Booker T and Benoit on there.
Damn.
And those cruiserweights, I was still thinking about that cruiserweight match. Probably got to Undertaker and Kurt Angle. Like I was like, man, that stuff was really good. So
Yeah, I
having him,
feel you, man.
been,
Shout out to Red Bull.
shout out to Red Bull.
Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Um,
I guess do
show your
a
friends,
separate.
show your kids, show your wife. Um, so from there we had a promo from the man child Rhino. Um, Basically the gist of the promo was they asked Rhino, "What are you doing here on NXT?" And he said, um, "I've been all around the world, and the last couple of years, everybody is talking about this NXT, and it's all I've been hearing. So I decided to tune in one night, and I looked at these superstars, these kids, and they all had this fire and intensity in their eyes to be the best. And that night, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you know, do I want to be the best?" And I saw that same intensity, and it made me want to be at NXT and be around all these guys and prove that I'm the best still. And I do have the intensity and the fire to get it done again. And he said, "I've come to NXT for one thing, to win the NXT championship. And I'm going to do that by ripping the people's bodies in half with a gore, gore, gore." Uh, Intense promo from Rhino.
As usual.
Yeah,
And the last guy to say that he's here to win the NXT title is the NXT champion. So
exactly.
I mean, and then let's face it, dude, Rhino and Kevin Owens could be leading if you put stipulations in there, which I
Yes.
don't think NXT is stipulation
Not
company, but
really.
I mean that has like 5 potential.
Yeah. And it just shows how big
Throw
NXT
stipulations
has
like no
become.
DQ or like
Yeah. I mean,
yeah
NXT is a proven product at this point that people want to go to. So that's
yeah
impressive because Raw is basically the opposite right now. People are leaving, ditching, to go
yeah
elsewhere.
yeah. Um, and I think like WWE like I only reason it's just like I've seen interviews with like Adam Cole and stuff like that. Like they're like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to be in WWE, just to get everybody wants that WrestleMania moment. But
Hmm.
once they get in it for the long haul and they realize that WrestleMania moment really isn't what they deserve.
Yeah, if you get it, you know.
They get
Um,
frustrated and yeah, and if you get there, and for somebody like an Adam Cole who's like extremely talented and should be there already, as young as he is, he's only like 24.
wow.
Like that's nothing. But I mean, he's a guy that should be already there. Um, but it's just one of those things. Like they like to kind of shoot themselves in the foot, and
Yes, they do.
you kind of see them learn from it for a little bit. For it's like, oh well, they're recovering, well. But then they just kind of drop off again. So I mean, it's just I don't know. Like, I feel like probably half the roster right now, Raw and SmackDown, want to be on NXT. They don't want to be there.
Yeah,
Especially if you take in a guy like Dean Ambrose.
exactly. He would be doing big
Well,
things.
yeah, they could be doing. They could be, screw Tyler Breeze, meet Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Absolutely phenomenal.
and I guarantee you, Paige and Emma are missing it.
It's just one of those. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, give the Divas a chance, right? Those,
Hey, that'll be a
Divas.
big topic on our news and rumors video tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
I'm
looking forward
sure
to
they'll
that
continue.
because I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Especially you'll see on my Twitter, I'm helping. You know, it's a thing that I feel strongly about that the women should get a much bigger opportunity because when you get two quality women wrestlers in the ring, it's just as exciting as the male, as long as they're given the right opportunities.
To
Um,
me, it's when you see a good tag team match, you're entertained, and like when you see a good Divas match, like I guarantee you, like so many people kind of look at like the Trish Stratus Lita rivalry, and it goes overlooked. People don't realize how good that was,
yeah,
like women's wrestling.
they
That's
were hurting their bodies just as much as anybody.
yeah,
So we go on to the main event, and we were introduced to the Brian Kendrick back in NXT, back in WWE, I should say. Um,
good
Interesting
to hear.
because this guy is a quality wrestler. You know, one of those
Yeah,
guys that might have gotten lost in the shuffle, but then you put him in a spotlight in NXT, and you go, "Wow, it's the Brian Kendrick."
yep.
Um,
Man, I remember, like I said, him and Paul London,
yeah,
and like those guys were just tearing it down, man. I don't know how he got lost in the shuffle. He might have done something, to make him mad, or but which happens too frequently. But
yeah. Brock Lesnar got
honestly, he's Brock Lesnar. News and rumors.
it. Yeah,
But
more.
it- it's really good to see him back there, and
Yeah.
I can't say enough about Brian Kendrick, man. He's great.
hmm so we saw Kevin Owens come out to. Actually, we didn't see him, but we heard Kevin Owens' voice on the announce table, and you're thinking, oh, cool. You get Kevin Owens to announce a Finn Balor match because, of course, Balor is the next in line at the title. This was all fun until about uh, 5 minutes into the match. Brian Kendrick does a front flip into the ring and lands on his ankle and is hopping around the ring. And the ref stopped the match for a minute, told Balor, hold off. And it was hard to tell how bad it really was because immediately after he went, let's go, Brian Kendrick hit like a double leg roll up with no hands.
Uh,
But he definitely was hurt, and so shout out to him for even continuing the match. And NXT ended about 14 minutes early, so they might have originally had a 22-minute match planned, and it turned into a 15 because both the superstars were hurt because Finn Balor got a butterfly suplex from Brian Kendrick, and he released, and Balor landed just like that backwards and was basically holding his neck for the rest of the match. And even after the win, he was in the neck or in the ring grimacing, holding his neck. Um, so not good news on either front. Hopefully they're
not
not
very good.
as bad as they looked. Um, Kendrick looked like he just rolled his ankle, so he should be fine. Balor, you hope there's no extensive damage there. Could just be a stinger.
Yeah.
So
Especially, I mean, especially going up against Kevin Owens too. Kevin Owens is very stiff, dude.
especially with those
Yeah.
power bombs,
Yeah.
he's got to be
So
ready for those.
hopefully, yeah, like you said, it's just a stinger or something. But I mean, that's another thing that I wanted to get into, and I'm kind of glad this happened in a way because I feel like there comes a certain point I think for NXT where you're signing all of this indie talent, you're
Mhm.
bringing them in. Like I don't really know if Finn Balor and Brian Kendrick have ever worked together anywhere, so it's like
It's a good point.
that's a dream scenario, but you kind of risk a lot because NXT is becoming a big thing now. So these indie guys, they're looking at this as a really big opportunity. And when you
Definitely.
throw two guys in there that really haven't worked together that much, and they're really trying and they're really going, mm, that kind of thing happens. I mean, thank God it might not be that severe, but you know, maybe they'll kind of slow it down a little bit, but not in ring or anything like that, but just like when it comes to signing or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Um, so
Um, so Kevin Owens on the announce crew was talking to Kevin Riley or Alex Riley, sorry. They're kind of going back and forth, and it was starting to get personal. And Owens, when Kendrick hurt his ankle, Owens said, "What is Balor doing? Why isn't he attacking him?" And Riley said, "Well, he's waiting for him to get right. Let the referee, make sure everything's fine." And Kevin was going, "Well, that's a waste. Hit him while he's hurt. It's a gift." And so Kevin was really in the moment, uh, coming up with a topic right there that was a good heel thing to do. And Riley was taking exception. And then Kevin said to Riley, "Well, that's why you were never a champion." And Riley everybody got quiet for about 6 or 7 seconds and nobody was talking. And then Riley kind of took a shot at Owens. And then just a few seconds later, Owens says, "You know what? I'm going to leave before I do something I regret." And so he gets up, puts the headphones down, and takes off. And so we continue with the match, which was a great match, of course. They were hitting all their moves pretty clean. It looked like they had done a little bit of work together to iron things out. Um,
mm,
Kendrick didn't show any signs of inhibiting his leg ability, other than he took a little extra time outside of the ring when he got tossed out. But Balor was starting to show more and more signs of, get me out of this match because my neck hurts. And we got a double foot stomp off the top rope, uh, and 1, 2, 3 pin. It was as simple as that. With Kevin Owens coming out and looking at Balor, Balor looking at him, and then Kevin walking over to Alex Riley, picking him up, throwing him over the table, and Kevin Owens doing Kevin Owens things.
nice, nice, good to see it. Um, and I kind of like that thing that he does there. Let me leave before. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like that's another thing in to contrast WWE, like Raw and SmackDown. You get those people out there doing commentary, and they just stay out there, and the commentators are so worried about them. They keep talking about them being out here, instead of the match.
Hmm.
And so for him leaving, and then that frees up the commentators to really talk about the match. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
like I'm a fan of bringing people out to do guest commentary work, but only only if I'm invested into it.
Hmm.
Um, with Owens and Balor, I'm invested into it. So
It has to enhance the storyline.
exactly. So and it does in this way because you see that viciousness and you know
Viciousness.
and maybe this neck injury plays into Owens' hands because I mean the story of the match is the injury, right? So
Hmm.
and you hear how tenacious Owens is when it comes to injuries. Like he's not gonna wait. You know what I mean? You heard
Yeah.
that him say it. So I mean, that's perfect. And
Yeah, that's a great point.
yeah,
For all I
uh,
know, it's all a work. Who
yeah,
knows?
yeah,
It's good that they have us debating this because they can always. The thing about the WWE is it's this is why it makes no sense that they're having trouble booking. It's the easiest thing to book in the world because with a television show, you have to shoot things way ahead in advance. On a live TV show, you can change the script at any moment to fit the fan reaction. You have fans literally reacting to you live. You don't have to take a poll to ask the fans. They're chanting what they want to
yeah,
see.
yeah,
So
exactly.
if they would take advantage of it, they can do it right, and WWE becomes an incredibly easy thing to book.
I mean, honestly, dude, like, and we've said it probably 5 or 6 times doing these videos. Like, we could, like, it's stupid. They really don't know what they're doing. It's hilarious. But well, like I said, NXT, it's just you're so invested into like small little details,
Yeah.
you know. Um, like what Rhino said about being NXT champion, how he's only here to be NXT champion. That instantly brought back, Kevin Owens. I'm here to be
Hmm.
NXT champion. Now he is. So you get invested into that, and then you're gonna start looking at Rhino kind of the same way. Um,
It's Rhino,
you
man.
know, on with the Tommy and Bree. Although I don't really care for it, it has meaning. They're
Yeah.
obviously two very athletic guys, so you're invested in it. And
Yeah.
those are obviously those matches are obviously going to be like probably the show starters, the openers. But you're invested in it. That's the biggest thing. Like from top of the card to the bottom, your 100% undivided attention is on it.
Yes.
Raw, it seems like there might be one storyline every 4 or 5 months that you're at with. So it's very very refreshing to see this.
Yeah. And it's a good point because what drives this business is kids. It always has. Attitude Era, it was still driven by the younger, generation. Because it's the same reason why, Christmas is a billion-dollar thing. When you're a kid and you believe and these things are real to you, you invest so much more into it. So
Hmm.
when we become older, it changes. Not that we believe, but we want to see a certain thing that pauses believability for us. And it's like a regular TV show. When you see a really good script and really good acting, you get lost in and invest in the characters. So when it comes to the finale, you've got this roller coaster of emotions that you've gone through, and it's coming to an end, and you're sad. But the thing about the WWE is it never ends. So you have to really make people invested into your product, and if they're not, why should they care?
And that's another thing that I've kind of debated on, and you know something I've never brought to the channel. Let's say that it's something I've been thinking about for a very long time.
Okay.
And you know why not because these pay-per-views nowadays for the WWE, they really don't mean anything. You know
Nope.
what I mean? Mania, Survivor Series, even Survivor Series has lost its steam. SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, those are the big four and always have been and always will be. Um, why would you not, cut back on these pay-per-views, fully invest into Monday Night Raw,
Hmm.
get more like a TV show because hey, let's face it, that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a TV show. It's not a sporting event.
It's entertainment, TV show. So why not, put all of this into it, make it
Yeah.
seem like it's a season. You know what I mean? Like make it
Uh-huh.
seem like from the point the Royal Rumble ends, that Monday Night Raw, to WrestleMania, that's one season. So you have those roller coasters on Monday Night Raw, and then you have that last Raw before WrestleMania, and you don't know what to think, and it draws you into
Hmm.
WrestleMania, and you have more eyeballs on it. And
And there's a starting point and a finishing point.
yeah, it just makes for great stuff. And you just start over the next night on, after WrestleMania. You go
Mhm.
towards that. It, it's so simple to book this stuff, and that they don't see it that way. They try to make it hard. You know what I
With the,
mean?
yeah, with the WWE, less is absolutely more. 3 hours is too much. You see a 1 hour NXT, and everything matters. And
Yeah,
on Raw, it's like you forget half the show by the time we do these reviews, and we're like, wait, what just happened? Because it's so it's forgettable. With NXT, you come on here, I give you these detailed notes that are just bam, 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 and you get what you get 4 matches, 3 promos.
yeah,
The promos are probably a combined 3 minutes. The matches are, combined 35. There you go. There's your NXT for the week, and that's why I like watching it.
exactly. And I see the same thing from Ring of Honor. They have 1 hour TV show
Exactly.
every week. And you get more in that 1 hour TV show than you do our programs that you see, the two shows, Raw and SmackDown, that you
Definitely.
see in 5 hours. You know what I mean? It's just, it's frustrating. It really is because there is so much talent there. Um, and the same thing with NXT. It's done so well, like we've said a million times, and we can't say it enough. It's done so well. It's worth the network by itself.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? At this point, it's like the WWE events are just like added. That's just icing on the cake every once in a while. You
Dude,
know?
like almost every NXT has a pay-per-view feel. Not a Survivor Series or a SummerSlam, but
Right.
I get
Right.
so excited when NXT comes on because you're gonna get at least 2 really good matches, probably one from each gender. You're gonna get a solid promo, and you've got like all these other guys that you really haven't seen a lot, but you're excited to see them because it's more of people that you're not used to. And anything that it's like Christmas morning, when you get something you didn't have before, whether you like it or not, it's cool.
And they keep recycling too.
Mhm.
You never get bored with one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For 2 months, you might be really excited to see a Tommy, and you never really get bored with them. It's just that they're all coming in at the same time, and you're really excited to see them. Like, wow, it's just mind blowing, man. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. I like how Rajon was mad at the spoilers. It's so funny, dude. I gotta respond. Today.
He'll get over it.
I gotta treat him. All right, we good. Yeah, Mark tweeted and mentioned that when you pay $9.99 per month, you're going to get less quality pay-per-views, which does make sense. So a lot of people were afraid of that. But if that's the case, then why don't they improve Raw? Um, there's lots of things. If you're going to make us pay $9.99, it turns the other way. Why don't we get Legends House 2? Um, they're trying to conserve money at our expense, and that's not fair either.
Honestly, they know what they're doing, um, and I don't think it's 9.99 and that the pay-per-views are lower quality because it's 9.99. I think that there's just too much going on in the back. There's,
Yeah,
going on. But, it just happens to be 9.99 on the network. You know what I mean? I don't think that has anything to do with it because if you remember, we were given some decent pay-per-views last year when the network first started.
yeah.
WrestleMania obviously being the very first one, which was very, very good. It had to be, but it was
Money in the
very
Bank.
good. Extreme Rules to me was good. Payback, um, Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank was.
SummerSlam was okay, but I had to look at that as like
It's an asterisk
uh,
because it had one really good match.
almost one. Yeah. Um, I kind of look at Night of Champions as downfall of and the quality of pay-per-views. And you can honestly say SummerSlam, but up to that point, I think they're really solid. And, like I said, I don't know.
And what's funny is that Night of Champions was supposed to be their big pay-per-view because that was the night that, or the week that the expirings of the network were going to happen.
Yeah, I remember us talking about like potential matches for like Night of Champions, and we were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dude, they have to be big at Night of Champions. Like, they got to give us versus Reigns."
Hmm.
And it happened, but and not do a good job. Like they had that run in at the end of the match with Lesnar and Cena, and they didn't need that. You know what I mean? If anything, that made it worse. And
Oh, absolutely. Casino almost
probably,
won.
oh yeah, yeah, almost.
I had you beat.
Exactly. Um, yeah, good question. Good, good observation. I just think
Um,
honestly, they're just small the last few months.
yeah, and another thing to that is that the wrestlers aren't being paid as much for their pay-per-view performances because obviously not as much money is coming in. Hopefully, if the network expands and they get to 1.2 million or so, maybe they can pay them more. I don't know.
And that's a good topic to hit on for tomorrow's video. The news and rumors thing. With, don't want to spoil it, but with Samoa Joe, um, that's been
Oh
going
yes,
on.
heading home.
They're not getting paid a lot of money anymore. So
Hmm.
um,
Um,
I've got some stuff for Ring of Honor out there for the news and rumors with Samoa Joe, but
definitely.
it's definitely something to talk about.
Yeah, this week is a big news and rumors week, so that'll be a hot
Huge.
topic, big video. We'll take our last question from Mark here. He said, besides the regular pay-per-views, would it work if NXT could get their own pay-per-view in a big arena? And I say 100%, yeah. Um, if NXT is not nearly as popular as Raw because they don't have the exposure, but it's like back in the day when WWE allowed ECW to come in for a night and put on a show. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is really entertaining." So if they had their own, you know, thing, Ring of Honor does their own thing at the WrestleMania city every year to introduce fans to their product. I think if NXT did something like that, people would go crazy and the subscribers would shoot up. And I think it's something they should seriously consider.
Yeah, and I think the next question, I guess, for that would be, oh, where would you have it? And I think you'd still have it down in Florida, in just a bigger arena, because fan base is obviously has been there since.
Yeah,
So
reward
you'd
them.
want to, yeah, yep. So you look at I don't know where the Orlando Magic play, but you can look at that as a possible venue
Yeah.
for it. That would be probably one of the best things they can do at this point.
So When it comes to NXT, it's mostly about the here and now. With Raw, there's more speculation to do. NXT is just another good show. So I think unless you got anything else, we can wrap it up here.
Well, you hit on all of it. It's a really good show that it builds angst for the next week.
Yeah, Charlotte Sasha Banks next week, title rematch. Everybody, tune in. That's if you've never seen a Divas a women's match at NXT, tune in next week, and you will be astounded at what they're
Treated.
doing down there. Yeah, you'll be treated.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I am
Like
too.
it takes a lot to get excited for a decent match, but I'm
Yeah,
excited just for that, let alone anything else.
yeah.
So
That's a main event on any program right now because I'll bet you Charlotte's gonna say, you know what, this might be my last match ever at NXT. You and me are gonna put on a show and tear down the house. So I hope they give
yep,
him like 25 minutes, and I'll be ready. I'm already counting down the day. Sasha Banks, I love Sasha Banks. She's so talented. Charlotte's really talented. They're gonna put on a show for you guys. So tune in and support them.
yep.
Um,
And
that's about it, isn't
plug
it?
the talk.
Yeah, plug Twitters. Catch me at JT Lucid. That's JT underscore LUCID on Twitter. Straight Edge. Shout it out.
And that's straight edge hitman. That's all you can say.
There you go.
Um,
Check
that's
out
it.
his channel on YouTube. He does unboxing, some ROH stuff. It's all fun to watch. I always try to catch it when I can. Um, support Breather, support Mark, Matt, all of our guys that have been here from the beginning. We'll see all you guys on Friday for the WWE news and rumors. And, it won't be live, it'll be taped. So I might tweet you guys when it's released. And we'll see you live on Monday for Raw.
Hey,
We out,
man.
Straight Edge. JT
Later.
Lucid here, signing up.